Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Radical Rowdy Productions. I'm your host, Jay Milligan, and we are here with Julia Rowe, the exit specialist for this season. And we got our third boot, Bo Barnes. Bo, how are you today?
I'm I've been better,
All
but
right.
I'm okay.
All right. All right. And that being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Julia for our questions for you.
Hello, thank you for joining us today. I know your service is a little bad, but we appreciate you taking your time trying to call with us today. So I have a couple questions about your experience and time in the game. So first of all, is like walk me through everything. Where do you think that it all went wrong for you this game?
Honestly, I have no idea. I think I don't know because I thought I had some connections, but nothing like crazy. I didn't find like that we had a lot of time to alone to discuss and like further there from the people that I thought I was working with. And I was like, what is happening? And then it happened.
So how do you think that you would have fared if we didn't swap where we did? You stayed on your OG tribe, and on a similar vein, if you ended up on the other swap tribe.
Ooh. I think I may have lasted a little longer if I was swapped onto the other tribe. Although I liked both tribes. I liked everyone that was with them both. So I don't know. That's hard to answer.
Do you think that you would have been less threatening if you're another tribe? Do you think you would have had a better chance of surviving? Or do you think like it was whatever group of what?
I was
Or do you
like,
think
was
like
I threatening?
I don't know. Do you think like whatever mix of people you were with, you would have went out where you did?
I think on the other tribe I would have not gone out where I went. I think what happened was I was just in the wrong time, and at least to make it make sense for me, it was more of like, Bo's not in this room right now, let's just go after him, instead of maybe being with people I had a little bit more of a better connection with or knew from the past. Could have been like, no, that's not a great option right now.
So you talk about people that you knew from the past. Do you think that if you had more connections coming in this, you would have fared better? Do you think that do you think connection is what ultimately got you, or do you think that you could have done something better within the game regardless of connections to stay?
um I only knew one other person in the game, like know them, and I, at least for until after, didn't realize that everybody knew who each other was. So I was like, oh, get rid of someone that you don't know how they play or you've never played with them before, and like keep the enemy that you know rather than the one that you don't know. It's easier to work with. So I don't know. Maybe it's a toss up. I guess I could have talked more to more people, but you do what you can. At least I do in the small amount of time that I had. So
Yeah, so obviously Kyle was kidnapped from your tribe before you guys had your deliberations before tribal. Do you think that him being kidnapped affected the round? Do you think that your target would have changed or the overall target would have shifted off of you if he was still there?
no, I don't think so. I think it probably still would have been me.
So do you think just overall there's anything you could have done differently besides the basic like wrong place, wrong time? Do you think a different target might have worked better for you if you threw out a different name? Or do you think it was just you were damned from the moment the swap happened?
I think I was damned from the moment whoever said my name said my name. because at that point we're all same. I heard this name. I'm just gonna go with it. I'm not gonna ruffle any feathers right now because I don't know these people. And so then of course when I hear that my name's out there, I can say like, oh, let's go after the person that said my name. And of course people are gonna be like, yeah, okay, because oh, I don't know you. I feel bad that I'm about to vote for you. Let me just tell you what you want to hear. So I could have said any name in the world, it would have been the same outcome.
All right, so I'm actually going to throw this over to Jay, who has some questions from our viewers on Facebook. So
Yes, we do have
Okay.
questions for our viewers. So for your original tribe member and swap tribe member, Elijah Van Camp Go says, if you kind of touch upon this, but I guess you can answer like with a name, I guess. I don't know, kind of went a little bit into it, but not too much. If original Bon Moss had lost the first challenge, who do you think you would have worked with, and who do you think you would have targeted?
Do you want me to answer?
Yes, go ahead. Yes, this is a question to you.
Okay. So I don't know who I would have targeted, but I at least thought that I was working with like Elijah and Carrie. And so I would have worked with them, but I came back into a room as Elijah was finishing saying my name. And then a little bit later, I was told that Carrie said my name. So I was like, well,
Yeah,
I'm toast.
So original Bon Ma, you would have liked to work them, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you know who you would have targeted there, or on original Bon Ma if you guys lost the challenge?
I do not. I have no idea.
Fair enough. But you guys didn't have to think about it, so benefit of it, right?
I don't remember. Right.
And we got a question from Daniela Prava. Bo, I was looking forward to seeing you play more. We heard Ian say you weren't talking a lot. Would you agree with that take?
Yes and no. I think it depends. Like, I'm not one that's going to interrupt people when they're talking, but if you're addressing me or I want to have a conversation with you, I will. I'm not afraid to talk, but yeah, I can be a quiet person for sure.
Fair enough. All right. Go ahead, sir.
Full either way, but
yeah,
if we're all talking.
All right, fair enough. And our second question is, rather than targeting Carrie, even though she threw out your name, did you think maybe to butter up her up with the hometown connection thing to help keep you in the game?
I don't think that would have worked because we already had that long conversation, and if it was going to work, it would have stuck. So,
yeah, fair enough. Speaking of Carrie, she wants to know, what is your favorite movie?
Oh, I'm very bummed about you, Carrie. I wanted to work with you. My favorite movie is Gone with the Wind.
All right, good. And we have a question from production member Jay Stahl. This was a close vote. What could you have done differently to get the outcome to go another way for you? I think we kind of touched upon that, but you want to say there's maybe something
like one more person or something, right? On my side.
Yeah, you had one person, you would have gone to rocks automatically, and you would have been safe because you would have been tied for votes.
Yeah.
So maybe
tried a little harder, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
What can you do?
Yeah, no, it was definitely close. We thought for sure that it was going to rocks. We were pretty surprised on a production standpoint, I have to say. And then in your words, you mentioned this was your first time being voted out, but it has been reported that you have allegedly been voted out once or twice before. You care to put your critics to claims or address these rumors once and for all?
Sure. So I have been voted out, I think twice before. I'm not going to say out of games that don't matter, but out of games that I was not, well, one I was pretty involved in and got voted out. I just forget about that one. And then the other was like non-existent. I don't even remember what game it was. So if you were there, I apologize. But I was just like, oh, okay. But at the moment, it felt very true.
Okay, fair enough. Well, we did have a birdie tell us, I will say that.
Okay.
Yeah. And we do have one last question, hot off the press 8 minutes ago from Corey Tegwell. Why does Fabio suck so much?
Ah! That is a blasphemy.
Why is that?
So
You cut out there. Go ahead.
call him my
Just say that again. You cut out. Sorry.
That's my favorite. I was just saying that's my favorite. That's my favorite player. Knows that, and he's so.
He's gone. I don't think he's here.
We're having a touch of technical difficulties.
I'm here.
Yeah,
I
you're
don't
here.
know.
Yeah, so you're just saying
Yeah.
that basically his favorite, and Corey knows that, and he's just trying to mess around with you about it for a bit. Yeah, that's what we got from that. All right. But that's all of the questions we have from Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a jerk.
All right. Well, that's all the questions we have from Facebook. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it back to Julia.
Yeah, so I just have one more question for you. You mentioned in almost all of your confessionals and during the deliberation period when everyone was talking that you thought when you're going to go to tribal, you're going to get votes. You mentioned it multiple times that you thought you were getting votes. Why did you not use your shot in the dark, even though you thought you were going to get votes? Like, what went into your decision?
I don't know. The last part of the question cut out.
I was just asking why you didn't use your shot in the dark and like what went into your decision to not use it.
Well, you just reminded me that that was a thing. So there's that. I should have used it. I probably didn't think about it. I just had gotten off work the night before because I work nights. So I didn't sleep and then got home and like got ready and then went right into the game. So I was like asleep as the hours went by. And I forgot that detail that could have been very useful.
And just for a standpoint, because obviously we've seen that a few people here have in the exit interviews, we don't know what's yet to come. But as a protection standpoint, like what can we, because we obviously see that the 2 weeks before you were like, I totally forgot about it as well. So like, what do you think could be something about production to help players remind about in the future? Just out of curiosity.
I don't know. Maybe you could, I don't know. If that's like a thing, you could like, if people are dumb and don't remember like me, you could have like a sign. I'll be like, are you planning to use your shot in the dark this time?
Fair enough. I can keep
Like,
the sign right here or
oh my
something.
God. Yes, actually, I do want to use that.
Yeah, because like I said, we don't know what's yet to come. So at your current boot, but every one of our 3 boots has said I should have used it. So that's just a question for me as a host. But other than that,
Yeah, those are all the questions that we have for you. So I'm going to throw it back over to Jay, some housekeeping things, and to wrap it all up.
yeah. So thank you once again for tuning in for our exit interviews. We do have quite a season coming up. We have an episode coming out this Friday. I'm gonna try to pull a recap out tonight with Marvin, but he's been a little MIA for reasons, but it's okay. But yeah, I'm gonna episode this week and down to 12 people. Could we be merging, or could there be another twister in this way? Don't know. You have to turn. You have to turn to find out. But other than that, I'm your host Jay Milligan. We have our exit specialist Julia Rowe and our third boot Bo. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.